G'day, welcome back to Dad vs. Son, and we're going on again with Combat Commander Europe. Today we have World Board Game Championship 24 scenario, Defend in Place. And we are now in Lithuania. So, for this one, 1941 as per usual. Victory point marker is on the Allies side for 5. Time is 2, sudden death 7. Axis and Allies are both 3, and line. Posture, Axis attack, Allies defend, and the Axis start with the initiative. Objectives, B and F are open, so objective 2 is effectively worth 3 points. And the Axis hold objective 1, and the Allies hold the others at the moment. The Axis set up 4 hexes to the... Now they're setting up actually to the right, to the west, and the Russians will set up first from the east, from the west, I should say, east, west, 10 hexes deep. And the Axis have the first turn. There are no special rules for this scenario. So we use map 6. So lots and lots of buildings and blocked lines of sight and everything else. And here are our peoples. So the Germans have Lieutenant Lauerbach and Sergeant Biermann again. So they're a pretty trusty team who, poor buggers, have fought again every bloody where, and now they're in Lithuania. They have 6 rifle squads, 2 line teams, a weapons team, 2 LMGs, a heavy MG, and an infantry gun. The Russians have Sergeant Bikovets, Sergeant Maysky, and Sergeant Kaminsky, 10 SMG squads, a weapons team, a medium machine gun, and a medium mortar. So this one for the Russians especially is get up close and personal and see what we've got. So at the moment, as you can see, this is objective 2, this building here. So this is the only one that we know at the moment is worth some points. We've got no idea what the other secret objectives are, because what we have is these people meeting each other and then losing control with, losing comms with their command. So anything is possible. So what I'll do is I'll stop it there. I'll set her up, and then you again can come back and laugh about what I've done, and then we can get into it. Righto, shan't be long. Rightio. So I've set up, for better or worse. Okay. So what I have decided on, I've put Sergeant Bikovets up here on the corner here to look after the main supply line here, with these 2 SMGs as well to back him up. So they have a range of fire into these buildings at least. To anchor his left flank, I've placed a SMG squad here with the medium machine gun. To anchor the other side of the road, I've given him another SMG squad over here. Okay. Back here is my sort of reserve force with Sergeant Maysky with 2 SMG squads and the medium mortar. The idea being is that they can fire directly down this road as required, or pop smoke in here so that I can run away. if need be. Here, I've got Sergeant Kaminsky, who's looking after Objective 2 with 3 SMG squads. Righto, Germans are broken into basically 2 platoons. I have Lieutenant Laubach here, and he has 1, 2, 3 4 rifle squads, the heavy MG and a light MG, and their primary role is to take Objective 2 and kill lots of Russians as they move forward to Objective 4. Up here we have Sergeant Bierman, and he has 1, 2 rifle squads, a line team and a weapons team with a light machine gun and the infantry gun. And their role is to move into here and clean out this rat's nest here and take out the machine gun. And then they can move through towards Objective 3 here. And that is about it. So I think we'll get into it. Yeah, righto. So the Germans are first, and they are attacking. So 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for them, and Russians defending. So 4 cards for them. Okay, let's see what the Germans have got. So they have a move, which is very handy. They have a fire, which is extremely handy. They have an advance, which is wonderful. They have another move, a command confusion, and an artillery request, which is useless to them. Okay. So, to get these into position without them being shot at, I think the best thing is to use the advance up there. So we're going to do that. That way we can get all these pods into here. And it's a bit of a pain having to do it this way, seeing as the rifles and everything else have a longer range than the SMGs, who only have a range of 2. But I've got to get in close to do it. But this is going to really help with the infantry gun being able to sort of take out this one, and then hopefully we can advance around and take them. So that's that. The next thing we have is a fire, and we also have moves. So let's see if we can fire. Could we fire from here to here? And the answer is, yeah, we could. So we could take out this SMG here. Righto. And we could fire from there. And we could fire, of course, from there. And we could even fire from there over to... No, we can't fire to there because we are blocked. Okay, so do we move or do we fire? Or do we do a bit of both? Okay, so I think the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fire as our second order, and we are going to use sustained fire as an action. We're going to fire the heavy MG into here. So we will activate Lieutenant Laubach, and we're going to use the heavy MG as the primary weapon. So this is 9, 10, into there. Okay, we're not firing with him, we're not firing with him. So we have 9, 10 into there to start with. Plus 2 is 12. And 8 is 20. So we're starting off in a big way. So this guy's got 8, 9, 10, 11. Anything to help? Well, he does have a concealment, a nothing, and a nothing. So what did we say? 8, 9, 10, 11. That's our only fire card. So I don't really want to waste. It's not really a waste, but I really don't want to use it. So 11 plus 10, 21. So he's safe. And then these ones are firing. So we have 6 and 1 is 7 into here with nothing else. 7 and 5 is 12 for 11 and 2 is 13, so he's safe as well. Okay, so they have one more order they can give. So they could move this gentleman, and they could move this gentleman. But I think we're going to hold there for the time being. So that's the end of the German turn. So they get 3 cards back, and we're up to the Russians with their fire, rout, artillery request, and command confusion. Okay, so do we want to fire? Now, here is a bit of a pain. Sorry. Here is a bit of a pain, but I really want to get rid of this infantry gun up the back here. So if I fired here, again, this is only going to give me 7 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's only going to give me 6 into here. That's why I placed it here, is to try and hit them on the road. It's not a very heavy gun at all. So no, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to get rid of that. What we're going to keep is the fire and the command confusion for its hand grenades. Get rid of the other 2 cards. And we are back to the Germans with 2 moves, an artillery request, a recover, a fire, and a rout. Okay. So I think what we want to do this time is we want to shoot. We need to shoot. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this fire. And or are we? Wait one. No, wait one. Here we go. We are going to move. We're going to activate. We're going to activate Lieutenant Lauerbach and his mob down here to move. So the first thing they're going to do is they are going to use assault fire, because they have boxed. Oh no, they don't have boxed firepower. That's the thing, is it changes from people to people. Some they fire with boxed movement, some it's with boxed firepower. So hang on, that's not a very smart move at all. So we're not going to do that. Let me rethink this again. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire, and I'm going to activate Sergeant Bierman here, and the first thing we're going to fire is the infantry gun at the machine gun there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 4 2s are 8, so it hits, and it hits for 10 plus 6 is 16, And it's sitting here for 8, 9, 10, 11. And I think they're going to use their concealment for this. So it's hitting for 13 now, and they're sitting there for 11. Plus 7, they're safe. And the event is medic! And of course, we don't have any broken units yet, so it doesn't matter. Right, so now the rest of this mob is going to fire. So they're going to fire into here. And that is going to be for 6, 7 into here. In fact, what they're going to do is they're going to spray fire with the rest. So it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into here and here. So we'll do here first. Okay, so we're 10 plus 9 is 19. That's a betterish one. So he is 8, 11 and nothing to help. Oh, 20, he's safe. And this guy is 8, 11 as well, and he's safe. Oh, well done, well done. Okay, so the Russians can now move if they wish. Do they want to move? I think we've got to. So we are going to move down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this rifle into here. That's LMG. So do they want to shoot? So they cannot. This is the only one that has a line of sight into here. Does he want to shoot? And I think he will. They need to do something. So they are going to fire, and they are going to use hand grenades. So he's shooting for 5, 6, 7 into here. Plus 8 is 15, and a sniper. And the sniper hits at F10, which is all the way back down here, which does nothing. Okay, so we're hitting in here for 15, and he's sitting there with 7 and nothing to help. And 10 is 17. Wonderful. He's not going to move any further. So the next thing that's going to happen is Lieutenant Laubach and his people here are going to move into here. And there is no line of sight to them. And this little man is going to stay right here for the time being. So that's the end of the... Or is it? No, in fact, well, we're going to do one more move, and we're going to move this rifleman into here. And we're doing that because we know they have nothing to shoot with. Okay, so 4 cards for the Germans, and the Russians have this card, and that's it. So they're actually going to get rid of that and get 4 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are back to the Germans, who have a rout and an artillery request, a command confusion, a recover, another rout, and another move. Nothing to shoot with, so not much bloody good. So they're going to get rid of the 2 routs, the artillery request. They're going to keep the command confusion for its sustained fire, and they'll get 3 cards. And the Russians now have a move, advance, rout, and command confusion. Right. Okay. So this guy's in here for 5, this guy's in here for 5. We're going to, if we advance, we melee for 6. Now, is that worth anything? I ask. I do. Indeed, I do. I do not have a ambush, and I'm not sure if the Germans do either. But, again, that would be a very Russian thing to sort of do, wouldn't it? Or I could advance this guy down to here. So if I advance him to there, at least they can't shoot at him this turn. Let's do it. It is a very Russian thing to do. Let's advance. And advance our SMG into this rifle here. As I said, the Russians do not have a ambush, and the Germans, no, do not have an ambush either. So it's simply 5 against 6. Germans draw first and get 6. So the Russians need a 5 for both of us to die, or a 6 or better to kill the Germans, and they get 2. So the Germans win. Bastards. Okay, so first Russian dead, and that is worth 2 VP. So Russians are down to 3 VP. Righto, what else do we want to do then? We have a rout, a move, or a command confusion. Well, there's nobody to rout. Do we want to move anyone? And I think we does. So what we're going to do is we are going to move, and we are going to move Sergeant Maskey and his mob. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move down here like this. So we can start to, if need be, place fire into these areas. And that is it for the Russians. 2 more cards for them. Back to Hermann the German. Okay, so he has 2 recovers, which he doesn't need to use at the moment. He has a rout, which he cannot use at the moment. An artillery request, which is totally useless. A move, and a command confusion with sustained fire. Nothing to shoot with at all. So we're going to get rid of the artillery request. We are going to get rid of the rout, and we're going to get rid of the command confusion. That's 3 for them. 1, 2, 3. Back to the Russians, who have a command confusion, a rout, an artillery request. Ooh, he's just done that, so we could do that, and we're going to. So, hidden unit. Play when your opponent discards 1 or more cards. Roll on the Russian support table. Select 1 available unit. Place it in a setup hex with no units and at least 1 cover. Righto, so let's roll on the table, and we get 11. And 11 for 1941. Let's have a look here. It's all the way over here. You can't see. Hang on a tick. Okay, 1941. So we can get Lieutenant Bajak. We can get an assault team with a satchel charge. We can get a guards SMG squad. We can get a militia unit, or we can get an 82mm. Ooh. We could get a radio. Let's get a radio. 182mm mortar radio. Let me find you. Radio. I'd love to get that one, 152 mil, but that's not going to happen at the moment. Is it going to be the bottom one? No, we found it. Okay, so Russian radio over in the top left corner, ready to rock and roll. Okie dokie. So he's there. What else do we want to do now? We have a command, confusion, a rout, and a fire. So, right. Let's just see what we have here. So I have a line of sight to there. I do not, or do I? I do have a line of sight to there as well. Okay, I am going to fire. Here we are. Ta-da! And I am going to try and call artillery in on here. That'll allow for a little bit of a spread. Okay, so we are going here to here. So 1, 2, 3. And we have 4x4, which is great. And it is going to go 6, 3. Okay, so 6 is this way and 3 is back this way. So we are right in here. Okay. So it is hitting for 9 plus 6 is 15 and a sniper at B2 which does nothing. Okay, 15. Okay, so we'll start here. Oh, well, in fact, we'll start here. 15 into here. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 7 is tons, and the event is draw 1 objective chit and open 1. Okay, let's see what we have. So they must have got some orders through from battalion, and it is K. Objective 3 is worth 3 VP. Okay. So objective 3 is up here and is currently held by the Russians, so 3 VP. They go back up, well, they're back up to 6 VP now. Righto, so he's safe. Then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 6 is enough. And we have 8, 9, 10, 11. And he's fine. And the sniper hits at D3. And D3 is over here in the orchard, so it does nothing. And then we're hitting down here for 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, and 3 is only 13, so he is hit. And then this young fellow again with a 10. And 7 is fine. And 17. Event. I think, well, sorry. Yes, it was an event. Walking wounded. Select 1 eliminated unit and return that unit to play in or adjacent to a random hex. Which is great because the only eliminated unit is a Russian. Okay, so hex L9. It comes back broken, doesn't it? Yep. Okay, so we have L8, L9. He's right in amongst the Germans. Okay, so I'm going to put him right there. So our SMG squad that attacked in here was not destroyed. They were simply dispersed, and they are starting to reform back where they started from. Righto, so that's the end of that. We have a route and a command confusion. So again, this guy is sitting here for 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to try and route him like this. And we get 6, which is nothing. And that was simply to get rid of the card. Okay. So Russians get 3 cards, and we will call it quits there. That's half an hour, and come back later with the Germans' turn. So, not too bad at the moment. Russians have got 6 VP. They hold 2 of the scoring objectives that we're aware of. They've gotten themselves a radio for an 82mm mortar. And we both have 1 mob that has been broken. Okay, so that's it at the moment. Thanks for watching. Hope it's going well. And I will catch you later. Bye for now.